Hello everybody, welcome back to Warframe But Wrong. We're talking about Caliban today. This is a little bit of a goofy build, of course, as always for this series. But this time it uses Tesla Nervos. I know I used Tesla Nervos once in this series before, but we are using Tesla Nervos with Tesla Bank, and then we are amping it with an armor strip and a damage vulnerability and grouping. So because of the new Razor Mortar augment, Caliban's 1 now actually groups enemies, and his 2 applies a damage vulnerability, of course. And then his 4 armor strips. The only thing it's really missing is some form of area of effect and explosion. Well, in comes Tesla Nervos with Tesla Bank, and really what we're doing is getting enemies to be applied with Tesla Bank, and then grouping everything in the room up, and then nuking all of that down. I did see once where I hit about 22 million with the explosion on this. It scales based off of enemy max HP, so it depends on how much damage you do to the targets with Tesla Bank. But because of the damage vulnerability, it actually does more than their max HP because of the way damage vulnerability works. That and the armor strip allows it to do full damage rather than reduced based off armor, but it's surprisingly good. We're using Steadfast because our survivability is all in our 1, as well as most of our energy sustain, so we can spam pretty heavily. I have a couple of shards in this build. You don't need the ones I have in. I wanted to test them to see if they were good, and they were okay. I would suggest some cast speed at the very least, because it makes it significantly faster, and genuinely, like, the playstyle's really interesting. You're grouping enemies, and then applying your 2 damage vulnerability, and then making sure that a Tesla Nervos is there, and then nuking them all down with your 4, and then they all kind of just explode. This should scale up to decently high levels. Of course, you see I'm not really using a gun or any weapons or anything in the footage in the background. Of course, if you just use a gun, you will do more. That's how that works. I do also have Ice Spring in my Exilus slot. The reason being, I didn't have enough space for Prime Throughputed. I would put Prime Throughputed in there instead, although it's not necessary. That it would just be in the case that you want to use an explosive weapon of some sort to nuke the enemies in front of you once you have primed them. Now, my companion does have priming. It has radiation and it has electricity, so that we are stacking up those debuffs that we so badly want because of the shards that I have equipped. Again, not really necessary. It does also have viral, so we're priming with viral with our epitaph, or with our Dirga, I mean. You could opt for magnetic instead, but it's fine. That's just the way that I chose. And I don't have any cast speed shards left, so we are not going to use any cast speed shards just yet. I would slot 2, which means I would drop at least one of the... I would drop the strength shard, definitely, and then I would drop both of the radiation shards for probably electricity damage due to Tesla Nervos constantly triggering it. But really, it's up to you after that. You could even go 3 strength shards and it would probably be just as efficient because of the damage vulnerability. So our playstyle here, it's very revolving around spamming our 1. We are grouping enemies with it. We are generating our shields back, we are generating our energy back, and we basically spam this until we have enough enemies that have also been primed with Tesla Nervos and our 2 and Sentient Wrath. So now, and then we just nuke them all with our 4. Essentially, you will press your 1, you can cast your 3, which is Tesla Nervos, if you'd like, to reapply Tesla Nervos to the area in case you need to get one into that specific location. Wait a few seconds, then you can Sentient Wrath, then you can press his 4, and it will usually explode the entire group, and if it doesn't, then you just cast his 4 again, or shoot your gun at it. This build doesn't really have weaknesses. It doesn't have that, it's not that strong though, is the big difference. Its survivability is incredibly good because we're spamming his 1. Its damage is okay, and scales pretty infinitely if you have a decent enough gun, especially with how much we're priming and all of that. This is without using the summons, so I know some people are going to hate me for that one, but I wanted to try it and I thought it was funny, so here we are. Anyways, that's it. There's not really that much to this build. I wasn't using any weapons specifically. I just had whatever I had on, and that's what I used. Yeah, if you enjoyed, leave a like. I will be back again next Thursday with another one, and I will see you all later. Goodbye.